Hey, Coach. Good morning. Ben DiNucci, we don't know a lot about him. He obviously might have to start for you guys on Sunday. What can you tell us about him, and how is he handling this week?
Good morning. Ben's off to a good start. He's been spending a lot of time here the last 48 hours, so we'll go about the preparation as if he was going to start. But he's obviously young, really good athlete. Has good arm talent. Very very instinctive player. But this will be a really good opportunity for him to get the reps and prepare as a potential starter.
Mike, you've made a few trade deadline moves and let some players go. I assume this is so to give younger players a chance to get on the field.
Definitely with the one move with Everson moving on to Detroit, it's an opportunity for from our young outside players that we want to give more opportunities to. So when I look at Randy Gregory and Dorrance Armstrong and Bradley and I mean all three of those young guys have been very limited in their opportunities. So this will provide that chance for them to grow and frankly what I'm looking for is I'm looking for them to take advantage of this opportunity.
Hey, Mike, what when you look at the tape of the Eagles, what stands out to you?
I mean, good football team, no question. Experience. You can see that the coordination of all three phases. That's the first thing I look at. Obviously who's coordinating, who's calling the plays, how far along are they? Because everybody in this league has a history. So I think your history sometimes gives you insight of how you anticipate the game being played. So you're talking about a very established football team, have excellent experience. They're getting healthy. So we're trying to regulate that and make sure we're ready for what's going to come at us Sunday night. But they're very well coached. They play the right way and they play at a high level in all 3 areas.
Hey, Mike, you faced Carson Wentz during his rookie season. What have you seen, how he's developed over the past 5 years, and what have you seen from him over the past couple weeks after his struggles earlier this year?
Well, I mean, excellent quarterback. I mean, he can do it all. His movement ability, I think, is exemplified in the way they play with him. I mean, it seems like he's running more this year than I recall. He can make every throw. I mean, the throw against the Giants at the end of the game was, that's as pretty of a timely throw that I've seen all year. So I would definitely categorize him as an excellent quarterback that has all the intangibles and the ability to hurt you different ways. So very impressed with him.
Mike, both you and Doug have had to deal with some considerable injuries to your offensive lines this season. How difficult has it been for you to make to not only find replacements? I mean, everybody has a next man up mentality, but it's not the same when you've got the caliber of players both of you had.
I mean, definitely it's tough. I think outside of the quarterback position, it's probably the position that gives you the chance to. I think your offensive defensive line, they give you the best chance to regulate the football game. Because if your O line and D line are intact and you get consecutive starts out of those positions, to me that's a pretty strong indicator of the consistency and the efficiency of how your football team plays. So and obviously Doug's gone through it with their offensive line, and we obviously have too. I mean, just being in the training room this morning to see all those guys in there, it not only speaks to their ability as players, but it speaks to the leadership of your team because that offensive line is such a bedrock of what you want to and who you want to be as a football team. It's a challenge.
You hoping to get Zach back this week?
Yes, my my outlook is that Zach will practice today, so very hopeful that he'll be back.
Hey, Mike, you went against Darius Slay twice a year when you were in Green Bay and everything. And I was just kind of wondering, like, how you had to account for him when you were facing the Lions, and kind of like the same situation now that you're seeing him with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you have a chance to coach or play in one division for a long period of time, you have players that you're fond of on the other side of the field, and he was definitely one of those for myself in my time in the NFC North. I thought he was clearly probably the best corner in the division there for quite some time. He definitely has the ability, and it gives you the opportunity to tilt the field the other way because he's always played very well in a one-on-one matchup. So I have great respect for Darius Slay.
Hey, Mike, this is a game, I guess, for first place in the NFC East, but given the team struggles, both teams struggles, does it feel like it? And is that kind of a motivational tool that you use?
Well, I mean, that's a great point. I think anytime you come off of a loss, as the one we experienced in Washington, you really, look a lot harder at cleaning your own house and the man in the mirror and all those, coach speak one-on-one phrases. But I mean, we've spent a majority of our time really hunkering down on the things that we need to do better. And frankly, now we have to kick it into full gear today and get ready for the Eagles, because this is obviously a big division game. It's always a rivalry game that brings on the physicality and the competitiveness that all division games should bring to the table. So I'm more focused on doing the things that we need to do better and applying it to doing the things we need to do to win this game Sunday night.